Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we are going to start out today with some happy mail that I received from Cindy. So she got me the Let's Resin cordless drill that I was just talking about, and I greatly appreciate it. I'm so excited to try this out. Like, you don't even know. Oh, I can't wait for my life to be so much easier than those little stupid or not screwdrivers, but little drills that I was using. Super happy about it. Thank you so much, Cindy. So in the package, you get the USB cord to charge it. You get a deburring tool, the actual drill piece, like drill mechanism itself, and then you get the little drill bits and all that good stuff to go in it. And then she also purchased these Let's Resin molds for me. Square, it comes with a circle and what is it, a hexagon, I think is 5 sides. I don't know. And then the little round ones. I am super excited to use these. Thank you again, Cindy. I truly appreciate it. All right, on to the project today. So you would have seen me unbox this mold from the last Into Resin unboxing that I did. I think it was last video. And we are going to use it today. Now, I realize I didn't tell you what it was, and I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. We're just going to have to wait and see. So I had some deep pour resin left, and this is the Let's Resin deep pour resin from another project that I was doing. So I decided that we're going to use it in this one as well. Now this one is super crazy detailed. It has all kinds of undercuts and everything in it, like you can't even imagine. And I am going to put it in here along with, well, let's go backwards. I added some of the Unicone crushed crystal to the resin, and I also added some of Let's Resin's alcohol ink in the color Latte, just a couple of drops just to color it. Now, this mold has all kinds of holes and bits and bobs and pieces in it, so I'm trying to move around this resin to get it to go into all of those areas that is a challenge to get to, I'm not gonna lie, and hopefully we can fill them all up and not get a bunch of air bubbles. Now, never having used this mold before, I'm not really sure, like, I know what it is, but I don't know how it's gonna look. I don't know exactly where everything is, and I've never actually used one that is like the 3D, like this kind of exact mold where you actually need that bottom piece of the silicone to do it. Wasn't sure exactly how high I was supposed to kind of fill that up, but we're gonna see. All right, so this is 48 hours later because it is a deep pour resin, and now it is time to demold this and reveal what this mold actually is and see how I did with it. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't take a whole lot of time like messing with it. I just kind of, well, I mean, you saw what I did. I really didn't spend a lot of time doing it. Now, demolding it, again, never demolded anything like this before, and I'm not entirely sure because of the way it's cut how, like, what the best way to go around doing it is, but we're gonna, I guess, just kind of try. So I'm just kind of stretching it out, hoping that it'll kind of pop out from all of those pieces that were kind of go in all directions that I was sort of telling you about. You'll understand in a minute. I realize it sounds like I'm talking in code because I kind of am without being able to tell you what the actual item is. All right, so here we go. Look at this. It's a cute, adorable little hedgehog. And this mold, no joke, is challenging. I am not going to lie, but it is a super cute little mold. But it did have a ton of air bubbles that were in all of the little spine things on it. So we're going to try this again. Now this time I'm just using Let's Resin's epoxy resin. And instead of going clear on this one, I want to do a solid one to see, because when I was looking it back as I was editing, you kind of can't get the whole thing on video. Like, I don't feel like you guys are actually being able to see all of the detail that this mold actually has and all of the little spines and whatever on this hedgehog. So we're going with a couple different Rolio colors. We're going with Peptis Green and Terracotta and then some clear. Now, I was hoping that I would get the resin to kind of react and give me some, not marbled look, but maybe some kind of cracks and just different different colors in it, but in all honesty, not really having thought about how I'm going to have to move this around to try and get this resin to go in. uh, it all just kind of, for the most part, like I have a variation of the colors. Like you can clearly see the green, you can clearly see the brown, you don't get any of the clear. It just kind of muddled it all together ish, kind of, sort of. Now, I did pour very slowly, kind of from high up, so it was a very thin stream of resin in there, just a little bit. And I'm going in with my silicone tool, and I'm going to start pushing the resin into all of those little kind of spiny areas, hoping that the resin will just kind of start going into there and pushing any air bubbles out. Now I'm going to go in with the clear and I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm just doing it a little bit at a time because the way that these kind of spines go, they are all over the inside of the mold. And it's really hard, like, because the opening is so little, I really can't show you guys. But they're all over the inside, kind of coming in different directions. So to get it to go in there is a little bit of a challenge. Like, you can't just pour it directly into there. So I'm just kind of like taking the mold and rolling it around with the resin in it, hoping that it'll start to flow into those each individual hole and fill it up. Now, again, this is my second time in doing this one, so it's still kind of a learning curve as to where I need to focus on to make sure that the resin goes all the way down into each one of these. Now, knowing from the last one that I did, and this right here is where I think I just mixed up any kind of chance, or not mixed up, messed up any kind of chance I had of getting any kind of striations or anything like that from the colors and the way I was pouring it in. But it's fine. It'll be fine. Now, after having done the last one, I do know that I need to fill this up higher than I did the last time. So I am going to, after I'm done kind of making sure that the bottom piece of that silicone flap has resin on it, so the air bubbles hopefully won't get stuck on there, I am actually going to pour this resin in these little feet holes until it is domed, so that as it cures and it shrinks, hopefully I won't have the big kind of crater holes that I had in the last one because I didn't fill it up far enough, if that makes sense. All right, so 24 hours later, here we are. Again, it still could have used with a little bit more, and I'm thinking that it's probably because as it was settling, maybe the resin was moving into those other places as the air bubbles kind of pushed out into some of the other spines, and it just took away some more of that resin. That's what I'm thinking. All right, so here we are. Super, super cute. Now, there's like one section of the little spines that I had issues with. I didn't pay enough attention at the bottom, which would have been the top ones of this mold, which is kind of where I stopped fooling around, like shoving my silicone tool into it. So that's pretty much on me for not taking the time to actually make sure those particular ones were full. Now, I do have some sharp points on here, especially on the feet. So I'm just going to kind of get my deburring tool, kind of scrape off some of those pieces, and then where the actual like little spinies are that didn't completely, get resin in them, they are sharp. So I'm going to file those down too. And then we're going to fix these guys. And we're going to fix the other one, that first one that I did too, that has a whole bunch of just holes where I just didn't take the time to, make sure that I had pushed resin into each one of those little cavities. So just going to file it down real quick. And then I decided that the way that I'm going to fix it is I am going to get some UV resin, and I'm going to kind of I'm going to pick a color, and I'm just going to kind of start filling in those holes. So I decided that I wanted to do this really deep brown glitter that I have, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous glitter. It's a fine glitter. Mix that up with a little bit of my ISTOYO UV resin, and then I'm just going to take the tip of a very like thin silicone tool, and I'm going to start kind of slowly filling this up. I don't want to do too much at one time because I want to make sure the light gets through it all. So I'm going to slowly fill up those craters that I have. Now this one, obviously, because it's the first one and I didn't take my time on it, has way, way more wrong with it than the other one does. But I think that we can fix it. And if you do it a little bit at a time, you can kind of build it up so that you can honestly make those points um pretty much for the most part back if you really wanted to take the time to do it. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so let's talk about this mold while I go through and I do this. Is the mold more advanced? Yes. Is it something that a beginner could do? Absolutely, they could do it. My main thing that where, yes, it is a more complicated mold, and it definitely is a challenge, right? I really believe, even though I haven't done it perfectly yet, but I believe that if you just take the time out and first study where all of your little holes are, right? On the inside, where all those voids are that you know that you're going to have to get the resin for those points. If you take the time and you slowly pour in the resin and you move the resin and push it into each one of those voids, and don't stop like I did near the top, because there are some near the top. I 100% believe that even a beginner could use this mold if they wanted to. Like, don't let that scare you off from buying a more complicated mold just because maybe you're a beginner, or it's not just something as easy as I can just throw my resin into it and that's it. Don't let that scare you. This is an adorable little mold. Absolutely love the finished piece. I can't wait to try it again and do some more, fun things with it than what I'm doing even now. So I am super excited for the next go around at it, where I've got some ideas brewing in my head. So, well, we're going to have a little bit of fun with this guy in the future. Now, as I go through this, and I'm just going to tell you that after I'm done with this, I decided that I was going to go a little bit further with both of these guys and add, well, not with both of them. I'm going to go further with the green one, and I'm going to add some rhinestones to him just to kind of deck them out a little bit more and make them just a tiny bit more unique, and then put some eyes on them. So as I kind of do this bit, I am going to just let you guys kind of watch the process, and then I will be back towards the end.
Sun is shining down on them, colors all around, rolling in the daisies there, never touching ground. Happy hedgehogs running free in a field of dreams, laughing in the sunlight's glow. Life is what it seems. Tiny paws on petals soft, dancing through the day. Nature's sweetness in the air, chasing cares away. Round and round they spin and twirl, nose to nose they greet in their cozy little world. Joy's a simple feat. Happy hedgehogs running free in a field of dreams, laughing in the sunlight's glow. Life is what it seems. Round and round they spin and twirl, nose to nose they greet in their cozy little world. Joy's a simple feat. Happy hedgehogs running free in a field of dreams, laughing in the sunlight's glow. Life is what it seems. Stars above begin to shine, magic in the sky. Holding paws they close their eyes, dreams begin to fly. Twinkling lights and whispers low, nature's lullaby. Soft and gentle breezes blow, time is flying by. Happy hedgehogs running free in a field of dreams, laughing in the sunlight's glow. Life is what it seems. Through the meadows wild and green, frolic without care. In their world of simple joy, love is in the air. Moonlit nights and secret spots, hide and seek they play, every moment full of glee, chasing fears away. Happy hedgehogs running free.
I'm back now.
In a field of dreams,
I'm really curious as to what you guys think of the mold, what you think of the finished piece. Let me know in the comments below. That's pretty much a wrap on this one, guys. I apologize again for this video going out late. It just, life happens, you know? Anyway, that is a wrap on this one. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I will catch you guys tomorrow in the next one. Love ya.
Happy
Bye.
hedgehogs playing in a field so bright, frolicking in wildflowers. Everything's alright. Sun is shining down on them, colors all around, rolling in the daisies there, never touching ground. Happy hedgehogs running free in a field of dreams, laughing in the sunlight's glow. Life is what it seems.